Right up, the Magic taking on the Hawks. For the Magic, they've been aggressive, and they've been good. 8 wins in their last 10 games. This team looks to grow even stronger with another statement win here tonight. Hawks Magic is next, right after this. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining us for NBA action on 2K Sports. Here with Coach Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. And patrolling the sideline for us again tonight, Allie LaForce. And a chance here to check out some stats for Desmond Bane.
The stat to look at is his steal total over the last 5 games. He's been focusing on his defense, trying to be a disruptor, which made them a lot tougher on me.
A look at the starting group with the Magic. The guard pair form will be Suggs and Bane. Down low, it's Banchero and Carter. And it's De Silva in at the 3 spot. And for the Hawks, Johnson and Okongwu man the post position. McKee Alexander Walker out there with McCollum, and it's Daniels in at the 3, the small post. So Orlando will get the first possession. And GA, we've got 2 teams coming into this game on dueling hot streaks.
It's hard not to be excited for this one. Both are looking at this game as an opportunity to make a statement.
Well, defenses should always expect this from Bane. He's a skilled distance shooter.
And here's McCollum for 3. And Desmond Bane pulls it down. And so it's Bane who brings up the ball for the Orlando Magic. It's a 3-point game. Pass to De Silva. Now Banchero, covered by Johnson. Outside Daniels. Here's Alexander Walker. Daniels a screen on Carter. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. So we're talking about Dyson Daniels here, Greg. Just how incredible a defender is this kid?
I mean, last season, he came in second in terms of voting for Defensive Player of the Year, led the league in steals, and this young man's just getting started. Figures to be a problem for a long time.
That free throw good from Daniels. And how about the emergence, Stan, of Dyson Daniels as an elite wing defender?
Yeah, look, Kevin, I think what happened with Dyson Daniels is he just got a chance to step into more playing time. And as he got that consistent time, he showed that he's not only one of the best defenders in this league, but he's got more offensive skill than people thought he had also.
Both free throws good from Daniels.
You can call Dyson Daniels a 6'8" point guard. He is great handling the ball, and let me tell you, few better defenders than Daniels in the league.
Now, here's Bane. Coming in off a 21-point game his last outing. Banchero, that's good.
Well, he knew he had the size advantage to dominate the defense there. Go right at him.
We're now joined by our sideline reporter, Allie LaForce. Allie, it's all yours.
Well, I did have a chance to talk with head coach Quinn Snyder. Coach and I talked about the ways that Paolo Banchero is used on offense and how his defense will respond. He said with Paolo, he can deploy in any area of the floor and be effective. Personally, I think he's the most dangerous at the elbows. He can work anywhere. You have to know where he is at all times. Back to you guys.
All right, Allie, we thank you for that. Banchero, that's good.
Oh, the defense puts contact on Banchero inside, but he just bullies right through it.
Pass to Daniel. Johnson sets the screen for Daniel. Trying to find Johnson. He's got it now. And Johnson with the stuff.
Well, he can play the 4 because he gets off the ground so well.
Suggs passes to Banchero. Carter outside. And here is Bane. There's the pick. Shot clock at 5. Fires, high post. Rebound by Johnson.
Well, the analytics don't like it, but if the defense is giving it up, I like that shot selection despite the miss.
Now here's McCollum. Really played well against Milwaukee his last outing. Alexander Walker passes to Johnson. Pulls up. A miss that time. Would have put him up. And so it's Bain with it. He'll bring it up for the Orlando Magic. Suggs. No good on that one. Good D by McCollum. Johnson against Banchero. Johnson with a screen on Suggs. Suggs against McCollum. Beats the shot clock, but can't get it to fall. Banchero, right side. Pass to Carter. And then Carter with the jam.
Plenty of muscle for Carter on that dunk. Wow.
Hawks trail by 3. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Daniels finds McCollum. Here's Alexander Walker. Guarded by Bain. The shot's good from Alexander Walker.
With the bucket.
Orlando, they've gone 4-7 from the field, shooting over 50%. Suggs passes to Banchero. Here's De Silva. And no good. Trying to use the glass. Hawks have gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. Here's Alexander Walker. Guarded by Bain. Here's McCollum. Kicks it out to Johnson. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. The Magic shooting well right out of the gates here at around 50%.
Well, I know he can finish at the rim, but the defense did just enough to force the miss.
Now McCollum, nothing on the board. Johnson outside. Alexander Walker up top. The top of the key jumper is on the mark.
It's those kind of passes that bring up the entire team.
Pass to De Silva. Now, here's Banchero. He's guarded by Johnson. There's the lob to Carter. The shot that time, not on target.
And what should have been a simple pass and finish ends up in a missed opportunity on that alley-oop attempt.
Yeah, that just comes down to the timing being off between those two guys.
And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for Atlanta.
Well, the way they've been attacking inside is phenomenal. Consistently getting high percentage looks, and that's what great offenses are all about.
And it seems they've also put an emphasis on moving the ball, working to rotate around the defense and find those quality looks.
Greg, I think now is when we really see the value of depth as teams prepare for the playoffs.
It always helps when you can spread out your minutes, prevent stars from being overworked, and diminish the risk of injury.
Oh, and the jam by Johnson.
Yeah, plenty of power behind that move from Johnson.
Assist goes to
Orlando in the ball, trailing by 5. And so the timeout by Jamal Mosley here. He's going to take a few moments here to check in with his team and regroup.
Here they are.
this break in the action, here are the real stats, real scores from the real NBA. These are the top passing teams in the league. The Hawks, number 1.
The beauty of watching this team is seeing the ball move around the court. It doesn't stick. That's why they're at the top of that list.
Here are the Magic now. It's a 5-point game. Banchero kicks to Carter. Back to Banchero. 6 to shoot. Back to Carter. They need this. Rebounded by the Hawks. Johnson's got 4 rebounds in this game. Stan, March 2025 marked the passing of the great Dikembe Mutombo. 4 of his 8 All-Star appearances came as an Atlanta Hawk.
And he also won back-to-back Defensive Player of the Year awards in Atlanta. 4 in total over the course of his career. A tremendous player, but even more importantly, a humanitarian and a statesman for the game.
Here's McCollum. Paolo Banchero making his last shot. Okongwu finds Johnson. There's the triple. They get it back. And the Hawks getting another basket right there.
Well, these defenders just look a bit overmatched, especially inside.
Suggs dishes to Banchero. Pass to Bain. No good on the triple.
Now, this hasn't been his quarter so far. He's really struggling to get going.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Hawks will retain possession. As we get a break in the action now, let's take a look at the East and how the teams are stacking up. You look at Orlando. If the playoffs started today, they'd hold the number 5 seed. Of course, they're looking to build on that. And of course, Atlanta sitting there 4 spots below.
And I think for the Hawks, they had much bigger things in mind when the season started. They didn't think of themselves as a middle-of-the-road club, but right now that's where they are.
Yeah, they wanted to accomplish more this season, but things haven't quite worked out. Some bad breaks along the way.
Magic on defense, trailing by 5. They come in fresh off a win against the Heat.
And bottom line, they found ways to score. Credit the game plan going in. It was right on the money.
Yeah, that kind of performance on the road really speaks to their preparation and mental fortitude.
4 on the shot clock. From deep three-point territory. Richardson no one.
He's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that.
Yeah, it seems like everybody's jacking him up from way out there these days. You want guys to stay within themselves.
Right now, let's take a moment here to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Thanks, guys. The Magic building up a roster of players who D-up. Coach Jamal Mosley said, your culture is the type of guys you bring in, the type of people you have around. If you're a defensive team, then you probably have defensive guys. You can't be that and have all shooters that don't defend. Guys?
Yeah, you're right. They've got great personnel. Thanks a lot, Allie. Now, here's Kispert. He had 13 points in the win against Milwaukee.
Look, he kept finding ways to get to the free throw line. He knew the other team couldn't stop him, so he just continued to punish them at the line.
And on the glass so far, it hadn't even been close.
To the paint, it's tipped. Pass to Vincent. Now, Rizichet. Clock at 4. Looking for Kuminga. He gets it there. Back to Rizichet. And he can't extend the lead to double digits.
Well, the defense got lucky there. More often than not, he's making that shot.
There's 1:38 left here in the first quarter. Down low. Here's Wagner. Misses the baby hook. Floats it up for Kuminga. And stolen by Wagner. Carter looking around. Defended by Vincent. At the elbow, it's Wagner. And finished off by Wagner.
Well, look, you can't let Wagner get this deep. You deserve to get dunked on when you give him this position.
To the inside. There's Kuminga. That's in. He's got 2 made now. And he's shooting 2 for 3.
Yeah, guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Carter, the pass to Wagner. And here's Richardson, defended by Kispert. Now, here's Richardson. Not a lot of room. That shot off. Down low, Kuminga. And Kuminga pulls it down.
That's as easy as it gets for Kuminga. Defense has to bring more energy than that.
Richardson with it from the arc. Unable to get that one. And so it's in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot of good shots. And we'll be back with you shortly. Glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And for the Hawks, guys, what stands out to you stats-wise?
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Yeah, they've made a point to get inside on this defense, and it's been working like a charm early on.
So on the floor for Orlando, we've got Carter. Wagner out there with Paolo Banchero. Then there's Richardson. And it's Vitadze in at the 5, roaming the paint. That one goes. Kispert's got the lead up to 11 now for the Hawks.
Yeah, that was the third straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Rebounded by the Hawks. It was a victory here for the home team last time these guys met.
And they cruised to a big win in their last meeting, getting that opposing starting lineup out of the game early with foul trouble.
Yeah, I don't think you can count on that happening every time, but it's a nice advantage when the calls go that way.
Now, here's Banchero, following the miss by Jonathan Kuminga. Banchero left side. It's rebounded by Kuminga. Kuminga's got 4 rebounds in this game. To stand in terms of emerging young stars, Banchero is very high on that list.
Well, he sure is, Kevin, because he can create shots for himself and his teammates. And as we've already seen in his early years, this guy is at his best in the playoffs, and that's a trait you're always looking for.
Now, here's Kuminga. They lead by 11, the largest margin of the game. The Hawks need to get off a shot here. Puts it 5 from 18. McCollum, no good.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spill, but the struggles continue.
Yeah, I get it, but you don't want him forcing things. It's better to get your shots within the flow of the offense.
Now, here's Kispert. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. The Hawks again can't hit.
And his shot just hasn't been there in this one. Luckily, his team has been able to make up the difference.
Up top, Batadze. He's guarded by McCollum. Batadze setting a screen for Banchero. No good. His fifth missed shot from the field. He's made three. Near the three-point line, it's McCollum. Landale lays it up and makes it in. Landale's got his first points of the night.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And so the timeout by Jamal Mosley. And a change for the Magic. Change checked in for Richardson. The Magic trail by 13. And here's Carter. Still scoreless. Banchero right side. Stolen by Kispert. Pass to McCollum. Kispert setting the pick for McCollum. Clock at 6. Again, McCollum missing.
All right, I'm just going to say it. He's 0 for the game. Might be time to stop shooting the ball.
Kicks it out to Wagner. Banchero outside. Can they get it? And it's good on the layup. Banchero's got 8.
And the paint is where you love to watch Banchero work. With his size and athleticism, he can attack so effectively inside.
Now, here's Kispert. Out up there for Johnson. And stolen by Wagner. Left side, Bain. Batadze setting a screen for Bain. Out of bounds, Atlanta will take possession.
Let's take a look at the numbers for Desmond Bain. He's been dominant over the last month, and he's among the top 20 free throw shooters in the league. He doesn't waste any opportunities at the line.
And you noted it, his points per game average is unreal right now. He's literally propping up the team's offense, scoring whenever they need him to. Looking at who's out there now for the Hawks. Okongwu comes in for Jock Landale, and Daniels subbed in for Kispert. The Hawks working the ball around. Okongwu with the screen for Johnson. And Okongwu slams it in.
Love to see this kind of aggression from Okongwu. Great job playing the force inside.
And for such a young team, pretty impressive how well the Magic defend.
And that's their identity. They are elite at that end of the floor. And they force turnovers.
And you watch Paolo Banchero. GA offensively, he is a load to deal.
Yeah, he can cross you up, hit you with the spin move, score over either shoulder. This young man is a force.
That free throw, good from Banchero. I'm told now by our producer, do we have him, guys? Okay, we do. We have a call coming in from Shams Charania. Shams, thanks for joining us. What do you have?
Well, with teams seeking switchable defenders, there's a specific player type that could be losing value, those smaller scoring-minded combo guards. You think of the Cole Anthony, Colin Sexton, Jordan Clarksons of the world, perhaps not as sought after as before with teams looking for positional size and versatility.
They'll be challenged for certain. Okay, Shams, thank you for the report. Bain looking around. To the left side wing. There's the pick. Outside, Suggs. Here's the three. O'Connor grabs the board. The Hawks leading by 11. And here's McCollum for three. That shot off.
He just doesn't look like himself this quarter. Something's missing.
Yeah, and sometimes guys just start pressing. The best thing for him is to just slow it down and concentrate on solid shot selection.
Banchero against Daniel. The Magic again can't hit. And so it's McCollum. He'll bring it up for Atlanta. They can look forward to the American Airlines Center after this game. The matchup against Dallas. That'll be the first half of a two-game trip. Pass to Okongwu. Okongwu with a screen on Bain. Stolen by Carter. To the paint. Here's Banchero. He gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead. Banchero's got 6 points in the quarter. Atlanta's got nothing but zeros from long range in the second quarter. 0 of 4. Johnson finds McCollum. To end the drought. It's hauled in by the Magic. Carter's got his 6th rebound on the night.
He is really scuffling this quarter offensively. Perhaps a little frustration setting in.
On the lane, Bain. Defended by Alexander Walker. And now we'll reveal the most reliable free throw shooters in the league with a look at the real stats, real scores from the real NBA. Third is Desmond Bain.
He's not going to miss many foul shots. That's for sure. He is a machine when he gets to the charity stripe.
Kuminga's come in for McCollum. And a switcher also for Orlando. De Silva's checked in. Alexander Walker passes to Kuminga. Johnson outside. Okongwu a screen. And Okongwu brings it in.
Well, this is what you love about Johnson. The all-around ability, that time running pick and roll and making the right decision.
And so the timeout by Jamal Mosley here. This now will give him a chance to discuss some potential changes.
Here we go, fans. Coming to the court right now are your STL dancers.
here's Suggs. A 14-point game for him in the win against the Heat in Miami.
Well, he was also doing a great job feeding his teammates, racking up the assists. So important to team chemistry.
Just 2 to shoot. No good.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And O'Connell spins it in. And we may have an injury here. That does not look good.
And that's the one thing you just really can't control or even guard against. That's it.
Yeah, teams do everything they can to protect against it. But at this point, all you can do is hope he's not gone for too long.
Paolo Banchero is checked in for Bain. Here's Suggs. Hasn't made one yet. Fires for 3. It will go down, and the Hawks lead is cut to just 11 points in the basket from Carter.
Well, watch Carter Jr.'s control. He sets a solid screen and then shifts right to his spot.
Pass to Kuminga. His 3-pointers off the mark.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Banchero, that's good. Banchero's got it back down to within single digits for the Magic.
And this is what everyone wants to see. Banchero is attacking without hesitation on the offensive end.
Johnson outside. Back to Okongwu.
2 minutes.
Banchero for 3. A second chance effort, and he sinks the layup.
Good effort to stay with the play and save the possession.
On the wing, Johnson. Daniels with the bounce pass. Alexander Walker with the ball. Picked up by Suggs. Pass to Johnson. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
Well, how about the toughness Johnson showed there? It's clear he fears no one and loves capitalizing for time.
And Stan, we know Jalen Johnson comes from a basketball family.
Well, they did a great job, Kevin, of teaching him the game because Jalen Johnson can really play. And I'm sure everyone in his family is extremely proud of what he's doing in the NBA.
That's good from Johnson. And with the goal of improving offensively, Stan, the Magic have made some moves.
Well, this is a team that hasn't been inclined to make many trades in the past. But with the young star talent they possess comes the urgency to win now.
Now, here's Suggs. He has yet to score. Hands it from downtown.
Yeah, and for Suggs, his three-point shooting has come a long way since entering the league.
Pass to Okongwu. Here's Alexander Walker. He's covered by Suggs. The shot by Alexander Walker, no good. The Magic trail by 7. Richardson outside. Now Carter. Outside, Suggs. Pass to Richardson. Fires the 3. Okongwu grabs the board. Okongwu's now got 4 rebounds now tonight. Alexander Walker finds Okongwu. There's 10 seconds left here in the second. Back to Johnson. 3-pointer. And so it's the Atlanta Hawks heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. Now we've got a moment now. Let's go courtside to Allie LaForce. Allie.
I'm here with Coach Quinn Snyder, and Coach, you're getting stops in the first half. What do you attribute to that?
Well, we're playing hard, scrambling, picking up our effort, trying to be precise and disciplined and talk, and not resting on our laurels at any point.
Hopefully you can remain active on the defensive end in the second half. Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Allie. Much appreciated. Halftime now, and we'll be back to get the third quarter underway in just a moment.
Welcome. All right, guys, let's break it down. It has not been the ideal start for the Orlando Magic.
To put it simply, they're getting decimated on the boards.
Well, I wouldn't call decimated simple because I can't spell it. But what about whooped or pumped?
Okay, a semantic takedown by the big fella. Shifting gears here, guys, how about the clash at the power forward position in this game?
Focusing in on the 4 position. 2 guys at the top of their games playing great tonight. Feels like they're taking this matchup personally.
Yeah, eyes on the power forwards tonight. Thanks for joining us. Now let's toss it to Kevin Harlan for the start of the second half.
And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. Well, you have to like what we're seeing so far from Paolo Banchero.
In those first 2 quarters, he was pretty much an automatic bucket getter if he got it down low on the block.
Reminds me of the good old days. Feed it to the big and let him work.
Here's McCollum. No scoring in this one. So let's head to the sideline. We got some news on Desmond Bain. Allie, what do they say?
Thanks. I caught up with the head athletic trainer for Orlando. As of right now, he's calling it a severely sprained ankle, which I'm sure isn't what Coach wanted to hear. And unfortunately, all signs point to a lengthy recovery time for him. Guys, it'll be a while before he's back on the floor.
Thanks, Allie. We appreciate the update. Well, guys, certainly not the news his fans were hoping for.
Not at all. I mean, it sounds like he's got a long road ahead of him in terms of his recovery.
That's just awful news. You really feel for the guy, and you know everyone in the NBA family is wishing him a speedy recovery.
Johnson and Okongwu man the post positions. C.J. McCollum out there with Nickeil Alexander-Walker. And it's Daniels in at the small forward. That's the group starting the second half for Quinn Snyder. Here are the Magic now after the basket by Atlanta. Just 5 to shoot. An easy 2 points on the lane. Suggs has got 5 points so far.
Look, Suggs knows how to assert himself inside. You give him a lane and he will attack.
Johnson the screen. Here's Alexander Walker. And he makes in the lane. He has 6.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Yeah, I like how they're establishing their interior presence right away. That's going to collapse the defense and create other opportunities.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard.
3-pointer, Daniels. And it's Orlando with the rebound. Carter's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need the basket.
And it's Jalen Johnson with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Carter finds Carter. Back to Carter. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. He's going to go on Onyeka Okongwu. An outstanding defensive big man. Wendell Carter stands 6'10", and Stan, he has a 7'4" arm span.
Yeah, Kevin, I think his length really bothers people and is deceiving. When you're first looking at him, he looks like almost an undersized center. But in fact, with that wingspan, he's not. And he is so disciplined and fundamentally sound as a defender. He's one of the best in the league. Well, Wendell Carter Jr. has settled into his role nicely. A reliable big who brings energy, especially when it comes to rebounding.
Good on the second free throw. The Hawks lead by 8. Daniels a screen on Carter. Alexander Walker passes to Okongwu. Outside Daniels. 5 to shoot. Johnson sends the screen for Daniels. And then Johnson with the dunk.
Well, that's a textbook move by Johnson. Once he sets the pick, he hustles into scoring position.
And Carroll outside. Right around 3 minutes into the second half. Outside, Suggs. Over McCollum. The Magic again can't hit. Stolen by Carter. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
You love to see Carter using his size down there. Going right into the defense and earning the foul.
The Hawks making a change here. Kuminga's checked in.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he can't get the first one. And the second free throw, good. Atlanta leading by 9. Now, Alexander Walker. 6 points for him. Inside. It's stolen by Carter. And it's sent back by Okongwu.
Timed it just right. Okongwu with a great block.
You gotta love strong defense, especially when it comes in the form of harsh rejections. Wow.
And boy, did he get up quick to reject that shot. That's as fundamental as defense gets.
A little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. Suggs looking around. Carter kicks to Suggs. Back to Carter. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play.
Well, what poise for Carter Jr. Just taking the hit and pushing through it all.
We've seen him miss a couple from the line so far, going 2 for 4.
And at 78%, he's been a consistent shooter at the line for them all season long.
1 shot.
That's good from Carter. Alexander Walker with the ball. 6 points for him. McCollum outside. Back to Alexander Walker. Carter pulls it in. Carter's got 8 rebounds in this game. The Magic trail by 6. Carter outside. Pass to De Silva. Carter kicks to Suggs. Now here is Carter. Clock is at 3. There's the 3. And it's Suggs missing. To the middle. Here's Daniels. And that one is hammered home.
Well, Daniels is a tall guard. He can get up with the best of them.
It's time to send it over now to our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Hey, Kevin. Well, Paolo Banchero has the Seattle skyline tattooed on his shoulder, and he says guys from there naturally have a chip on their shoulder because we feel like we're not seen as much as some of the other places around the country. Being born and raised, my mom and dad from there, it's in my blood. Kevin, back to you.
A lot of pride in his hometown. Thanks a lot, Allie. Here is Daniels. After the made shot from Wendell Carter. Okongwu a screen. Suggs against McCollum. Offline from the high post. The Magic trail by 6. And here's Banchero. He's got 14. Looking for Carter. He gets it there. Hammers the alley-oop through.
Well, if you get that ball anywhere near the rim, Carter knows what to do with it.
Off to Alexander Walker. Back to McCollum. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. And he leaves it straight in. And the Hawks lead by 6.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
And so the timeout by Jamal Mosley here. Coach is going to take a few minutes to regroup and go over the strategy.
Fans, it's time to get down with your mascot. Let's groove.
That have been dialing it up defensively since the All-Star break, the league's steal leaders. The 4th spot held by the Hawks.
You know, the defense has been frenetic, and it seems like they're gaining momentum as the season wears on. I mean, they're forcing a lot of turnovers.
Pass to De Silva. No one near Suggs as he lets it go. The three-pointer off the mark.
Yeah, those shots from him are certainly not helping their case.
Let's go to the sideline and hear some news about Jalen Johnson. Allie, what have they told you?
Thanks so much. I got some news from Atlanta's head athletic trainer. He let me know that it's a strained hip, which causes plenty of soreness and shooting pain in that area. Despite the longer time frame for a full recovery, the training staff is letting him play. We'll be keeping you updated as we learn more, but for now, he's not going to let this slow him down.
Thank you, Allie. We appreciate the update.
Well, look, injuries take a mental toll as well. These guys all want to be contributing to the best of their ability. It's tough to sit out and watch.
Alexander Walker with the ball. He's covered by Banchero. Johnson outside. Pass to Alexander Walker. They set the screen. And he drops it in from the low post. Alexander Walker's got 8 points.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Banchero, a screen on McCollum. And finished off by Banchero.
An offensive machine. The energy you get from Banchero on that end of the floor is impressive.
Alexander Walker passes to Daniels. Now Okongwu, defended by Carter. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Alexander Walker. And the 3 off target. The Magic trail by 6. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Carter sets the pick for Banchero. Into the lane. Pass to Carter. And stolen by Okongwu. McCollum against Suggs. Johnson with a screen on Carter. Alexander Walker passes to Johnson, and it goes down 2 points. And that's 13 points for Johnson.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense.
Alexander Walker.
Carter kicks to Suggs. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Suggs has got 4 points in the quarter.
Well, right there, once the screener came off, Suggs noticed the defense soften and pulled the trigger.
Alexander Walker with the ball. Carter on him. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for Atlanta.
Well, they've clearly been focused on getting the ball inside. And up to this point, the defense has not had an answer.
And also, they took advantage of the quickness. Got inside and moved to the open lane. Great job of protecting the lane.
Comes in for Jalen Johnson. Zachary Riza-Shays checked in for Dyson Daniels. And Corey Kispert subbed in for C.J. McCollum. And he makes the first. And so, Alexander Walker nails both of them.
I'm sure they don't want to send him to the line. That has to be in their scouting report.
And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
A moment now to see the numbers for Kuminga. He's putting up 13 points a game, 6 rebounds, and 2 assists. Yeah, he's been making the right decisions and letting the game come to him. Solid play all around.
Well, he's found his groove. He isn't forcing anything, and he's making the most of his chances.
And the Hawks making a change here. Vincent's checked in. Driving the lane. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Vincent! 2 shots.
A free throw drops for Vincent. And so Vincent nails both of them. The Magic trail by 10. Carter dishes to Richardson. Here's Wagner. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 into the free throw line. Jonathan Kuminga picks one up.
Yeah, very physical play by Wagner, who still manages to get the attempt off while being fouled.
Shooting 2.
He misses the free throw.
Yeah, I like that they haven't lost their aggressiveness here in the second, despite being down.
And he sinks the second.
Yeah, and Wagner is a solid big man. He's someone that's going to give you everything he's got every time he's on the floor.
Vincent with it, defended by Carter. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
Yeah, and that's maybe something that should be called more. We see a lot of moving screens in today's NBA.
Now here's Richardson. Still scoreless. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
And this play took real commitment from Kuminga. Just never gave up on it.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
At the line for your Hawks, Jonathan Kuminga, shooting 1.
That free throw good from Kuminga.
And we continue to see Kuminga improve at a steady rate. He's a young big with a bright future in this league.
Here's Vitadze, currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Here's Kispert, and the dunk by Kispert.
High energy, outworking the defense up the floor.
Yeah, the commitment to run is paying great dividends on the break.
Now here's Carter, currently averaging almost 6 points a game. The shot's good.
Able to get a layup out of that one. That's just soft defense there.
Pass to Rizichet. Inside. Here's Landale. And he dunks it after the pick frees him up.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to come to the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
Yeah, I'd consider calling timeout right away after that one. The defense has to be better there.
And Landale, no good on that one. The Magic trail by 14. Richardson outside. Pass to Bitadze for the three. And it's Rizichet with the rebound. Here's Atlanta. They're on a 17-7 run. Down low. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
First, 15 foul. At the line for 1. Rizichet!
And that one misses.
Looking like your classic wing. Zachary Rizichet is 6'8", long, and can hit threes. A real modern swingman.
Now here is Carter. Here's Wagner. Pass to Bitadze. No good with the triple. Now here's Kispert, defended by Carter. Here's Landale. Here's Rizichet. And so it's Atlanta with a sizable lead as the quarter wraps up. They're ahead 16 points. They've been putting on a clinic in the paint. Shots are falling with regularity, and they are pounding it down low. And we've got more M2K Sports coming your way after this break. And now a sneak peek into the huddle with Coach Quinn Snyder.
Let's just keep playing with the same intensity, okay? On misses, you guys really run in space. Anyone can bring it.
He's trying to get there to maintain that edge right now.
And solid advice from Coach Snyder, allowing his squad to remain engaged.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Fourth quarter on the floor for the Magic. We've got Paolo Banchero. Richardson is out there with Carter. Then there's Wagner. And the shot is good.
Well, the screen is what gave him space to make his move.
And so it's McCollum. He'll bring it up for Atlanta. Here's Rizichet. Now here's McCollum. 6 on the shot clock. And out of bounds as the Magic will Here's a look at the schedule for the Magic. On Tuesday, they'll go up against Jalen Williams and the Oklahoma City Thunder. And then on Thursday, they'll be facing LaMelo Ball and the Charlotte Hornets.
And looking at that Lakers matchup, that's a contest that could easily go either way. Small mistakes could be the difference, and both teams will need to be at their best.
Deflects the pass. And it's McCollum in the corner over Richardson. And it's good off the back rim and in. And the Hawks lead by 16.
McCollum has a nice feel for catching shots. That's a shot they want to create for him as much as possible.
Now, here's Banchero. Takes the three. Rebounded by the Hawks.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Offensive rebound.
You know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really off.
We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. Outside Carter. The Magic again can't hit. The Hawks leading by 16. Pass to McCollum. Back to Rizachet. From deep. Up again. Rebound by Paolo Banchero. Orlando's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Wagner passes to Richardson. Carter outside. Rebound Atlanta. Landale's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Around 3 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. And a wide open look for McCollum. No good from outside.
Yeah, really unlike him to have this kind of game.
Richardson outside. Hits the three-point bomb.
Well, those go down for him in his sleep.
The Hawks leading by 13. And timeout is called by Quinn Snyder. And he wants to see some changes out there right away and right now.
Please give a big round of applause for your Hawks new dance team.
Bitadze's checked in for Orlando. Howard comes in for Carter. Now let's take a minute to talk to Allie LaForce courtside. Allie.
Well, Quinn Snyder had some words for his team over the break. And despite the lead, they are still coaching this team hard. In the huddle, they told their guys to stay alert. Do not give them anything easy. They want to protect this late lead, guys.
Thank you, Allie. Now here's McCollum. And he finishes nicely on the wing. And it's 6 points for C.J. McCollum.
Well, after that tough first half, you hope he finds his way to bounce back and get things going here in the second.
Here's Faulkner. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Second.
Well, look, Mo Wagner is a big guy, almost 7 feet, so I love it that he takes it near the hoop.
Shooting 2.
That's good from Wagner. So, as a coach, During this long season, how do you keep your players engaged?
That's a great question, Kevin, but I got to tell you, I think it comes more to the players than the coaches. I think as a coach, you try to be consistent. You're always a little worried about fatigue. You've got to be concerned about the work and rest balance, both mentally and physically. But the players just have to be professional and get themselves ready to play on a daily basis.
Here's Carter after the basket by Atlanta. Wagner finds Banchero. Wagner trying to get open. It's good from Banchero on the assist from Wagner.
Well, when he gets it going and the shot is falling, Paolo Banchero can dominate on the offensive end.
Here's Landale. The rebound by Batadze.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that.
There's no air space there whatsoever. That's as close as you can get without foul.
And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
Yeah, but also credit the offense there. That's making a play when you really need it, and they need more of it.
He is cold-blooded. Drops the dagger. Piles on to what was already a big lead.
And defensively, that kind of effort is just not going to cut it.
Now, here's Banchero. Wagner outside. The shot by Carter, nobody around. And they come right back with their own three-pointer.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
And it's Jalen Johnson with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. For the Hawks, Jonathan Kuminga. He's checked in for Jock Landale. Daniels comes in for Zachary Rizachet. And Hield subbed in for Kispert. Daniels against Banchero. Shot clock at 6. Over Daniels. Misses the jumper. The Hawks lead by 15. McCollum with the bounce pass. Batadze against Johnson. Hield sets the pick for Johnson. Hield outside. Lets it fly from 18. Here's Johnson. And that one is good with the extra effort on the glass. And the Hawks lead by 17. Here's Morales. Pass to Wagner. Here's Batadze. Here's Suggs. Let's go. Once again off the mark, Orlando. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Hawks. McCollum kicks to Daniels. Johnson with a screen on Wagner. Hield can't hit. The Magic trail by 17. Outside, Suggs. Over in the corner, Banchero. Wagner passes to Banchero. Some nice ball movement by the Magic. To the inside. Here's Batadze. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass.
Well, that's a great pass. He has the timing and rhythm of a metronome.
Outside, Kuminga. Pass to Hield. Johnson sets the screen for Hield. Again, Hield missing. The Magic have gone 6 of 11 since the start of the fourth quarter. In the corner, Daniels. And it's off from three-point range. The Magic trail by 15. Banchero looking around. And the bucket is good. Three-point play chance here for him.
Really well in the league, and we're starting to see signs of it already.
Okongwu's checked in for Atlanta. Alexander Walker comes in for Buddy Hield.
And on paper, Paolo Banchero has so many appealing attributes. His size, build, the ability to find shots. You can easily see why scouts were enamored with this guy as a prospect.
Well, he's had a rough night, but his teammates have picked him up.
Banchero a screen on Daniels. And it's Banchero missing. The Hawks leading by 12. Johnson, the pass to McCollum. Johnson sends the screen for McCollum. The Hawks again can't hit.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the three.
Right side, Suggs. It's good.
He's shaking off that slow start, giving them a boost here in the second.
The Hawks leading by 9. Here's Johnson. Now McCollum. And just miss after miss right now. And so it's Suggs who brings up the ball for Orlando. Now Banchero. And there's the jumper.
Well, that's where you want to get Banchero the ball. He's got great touch around the basket.
Frank, their unselfish play has really been impressive.
They're trusting one another out there, wanting to get each other involved. This is great basketball.
Now here's McCollum. Now Okongwu. Just 4 to shoot. Daniels can't get it to go. The Magic trail by 7. Outside, Suggs. Now Carter. For 3. Johnson with the block.
Well, Johnson has a long reach, and he's athletic. He was right on top of that shot attempt.
Here's McCollum. Off target from outside.
Every second counts now. They can't wait around.
And they have to play fast, but also smart. Every possession counts right now.
Now, here's Banchero. Carter. And the 3 misses. This game looks like they've got it just about wrapped up.
Yeah, just got to work that clock and take care of the ball.
Oh, I like the activity of Daniels there.
Seconds. Team first. At the line for your Hawks, Daniels, 3 shots.
And that one will not go for him, but he does have 2 more to shoot. The second one drops, and that stretches their lead to 8. And so he ends up making 2 out of 3. That's a 9-point ball game.
And not as productive a trip as you would like, but they're still in a pretty comfortable position.
Time call here. The Magic decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 9. And let's get your take, guys. What's the strategy?
Yeah, they got to get straight to the hoop and a foul immediately.
He's against McCollum. Carter right side.
The size of Carter is a factor. Stifling him inside just isn't easy.
Team sports. At the line for the Magic, Wendell Carter Jr. 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
First free throw is good, and that brings them within 8. Carter hits them both. Now McCollum. Tipped away. Suggs with the steal. Beyond the arc. Knocks down the 3.
Well, he can beat you in a lot of ways. Very challenging to defend.
And so they foul intentionally.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let him dribble the game.
For your Hawks, C.J. McCollum taking 2 shots.
He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though. And he can't make the second free throw either. Missing both. Time called here. The Magic decide to talk it over. We've got 13 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Any ideas on strategy being discussed right now in that huddle?
An uphill climb. They do everything.
If it works, I say try for the steal, and if you don't get it, immediate foul.
Here's De Silva. He's covered by Daniels. Banchero right side. And so the big one puts them in a tight game. It was a fantastic ball game, and they did a great job making sure it didn't get away from them late.
Yeah, I mean, they faced some challenges, but really held firm when they needed to. Both ends, just effective in terms of coming away with this win.
And that'll do it, folks. Here with Stan Van Gundy, Greg Anthony, and Allie LaForce, I'm Kevin Harlan, signing off for this.